morning, everyone, and welcome to Train Sim World 3. Good to see you all here. Welcome aboard, as always. Thank you very much for tuning in, smacking the like button, and, of course, subscribing. Hanging out for more great live streams and whatnot. We're going to take our first live look here at this game. I've played it for maybe about an hour or so, but have yet to discover a lot of what the game has to offer. So we'll jump in now. Game's coming out on September 6th of 2022 for everybody, including console and PC, so it should be available soon, sometimes next week. There's a few things that are new and a few things that are old in terms of like content. Some things that they've upgraded from the previous games for the new engine that were old DLCs that are now base and standard in this game with some extra polish, and then also lots of new train lines as well, and new trains too. And as you probably will notice, a lot of the things look the same too in terms of like where the HUD is and how things are displayed on screen. I guess there's no need to, like, you know, it's like in a car racing game. Like, there's no need to like redesign the speedometer or tachometer, because it's like, if it just works, it works. So essentially the HUD looks pretty much the same, but a lot of new stuff in the game that looks pretty cool. I don't think there's any music in this game, so we're just going to kind of chill with some cool background soundtrack. But yeah, there's a whole training center in the game as well. So there's fundamentals. If you don't know how to drive trains at all, but if you want to give it a try, there's basically 4 little crash courses. Maybe I should use that word, derailment course. No, there's 4 little easy things to learn the game that take about 5 minutes. So things like how to navigate around your train and how to, you know, like not only navigate the map as as you're driving the train, but also how to walk around and interact with stuff within the vehicle. And then there's screen elements basically showing you all of the things, probably not only just on the displays of the trains, but also displays on the screen for people who choose to have the HUD on. And then the ways to move a train and how to get going, and then how to basically use junctions and things like that. So pretty cool. I am very excited for this. Some of the things are broken at the moment, or show alerts or whatnot, because, like, yeah, the game is not fully out yet. So like up here you might see some warnings for being disconnected from Dovetail Live or whatnot. So it'll probably save my XP in the back end, and then once their servers are up, it'll upload that as if like it were in an offline mode, that kind of thing. And then there's training for all sorts of trains. So if you're wondering, hey, what kind of trains are in this game, here you go. You got your a couple of American cargo trains, and it even tells you the years in which they were manufactured and used. So, like, for example, this train's a little more modern, the BNSF ES44C4, and you can see it's a diesel-electric locomotive, brother. Hey, man. And then, of course, a couple of the trains returning from the cool stuff from the Jubilee of, what is it called again? Spirit of Steam? Yeah, cool stuff there. And then a few things returning, and a few things that are new. Some of these are so like standard and so staple for, you know, like for example the German railways, that it's like you've probably seen a lot of these before, but now they're on new routes and stuff, which is cool. So one cool thing about this game that makes it a little easier is you can either choose by a train or you can choose by a route. So if you want to drive a specific train, you can just basically set it up this way. So you can just choose the train instead. Like if you're like, oh, I want to drive the 465/9 today, then you just click on that. Or if you want a specific route, then you can do that. So there would be a lot more stuff added to this one as well. So there's, of course, the UK here, Spirit of Steam. We got Germany, the UK, and then America. So there's like a 1950s in a modern British setting, then a modern German setting, and a modern American setting too. For the Cajun Pass in San Bernardino, California, which is actually really beautiful, and kind of like flat and chill, and then suddenly starts to become real panicky. So good times. Ways to buy stuff, ways to. There's also custom liveries in this game too. So for anybody who wants to like make their own or import their own, I think there's a way to do that. Can you drive a BNSF train? We can, yeah. And I think we're going to do that today. Now, I'll have a video coming out a little bit later today to go over a little bit more of the, you know, kind of like a more detailed tutorial on one train. But we're going to try to play a few today as well. And there's also a quick play mode, so you don't have to go through all the setup headache. If you just want to play, you can do something from 0 to 30 minutes, so it'll auto pick something for you. That takes about a half hour, all the way up to like 30 plus minutes, somewhere from like 45 to an hour. Which a lot of these routes are no more than an hour long, at least currently. So, all right, well, yeah, let's go ahead and get started then. Keep in mind, too, there's scenarios in the game and timetables, so you can go ahead and make your own basically like route and stops, or at least there's many to choose from. And they've really pushed weather in this game too. There apparently is going to be a lot more weather effects in the game that actually do affect the train a lot more than you'd think. So things like high winds and storms, and in one case, a giant wildfire. So yeah, there's actually the ability to go through areas where there's lots of haze and smoke from brush fire and such in the Cajun Pass. So feels good to be back with trains, man. I love it. I hope to see a few more of the trains that we saw in Train Sim World 2. Like, I believe there was the Mediterranean, I forget the name of it, but there was a French Mediterranean train, and I think maybe one Italian train, maybe? I can't recall. But very happy to see it. So good time. So good to see you, chat. Welcome back. Y'all have questions, make sure you ask. We can take a look at anything. And again, remember, this is like an early preview sneak peek that they gave us access to. So thanks to Dovetail for sending that over early and letting us take a little peek before she comes out for everybody. Also, this is kind of like an early access version too, so there might be some glitches or big bugs that we might encounter. And so there's another version that they're working on polishing before release a few days from now. So if anything major happens, just keep in mind that either A, they'll be watching, or B, there's other people who have early access to, and so there's probably a big list of things that are major, things that are minor, and then things that will either be patched day one or coming in the next week or so. You don't know what to do with the Dino Dollars? Oh, they're for sound effects and stuff for people who hang out and watch for a while. Have I played any of the Trains simulators? No. Mostly I played Train Sim World. I would like to get into Train Simulator or Trains, but I've also played Derail Valley, so I have a little bit of experience with a few other train simulators. But I think, oh, and also there's a new one out too called Train Life, a railway simulator, and that one's like American Truck Simulator but on rails, where you get to pick your own trains and customize things and customize the cars. Very cool, that one too. There's really, for how basic you could think that these train simulators could be, they're really starting to add a lot of stuff to make them more unique, where you could do all the basic stuff that you'd imagine, like just driving a train, all the way up to running your own railway between the different games. This one does not allow you to make your own like company or whatnot, but you can definitely ride the rails and either be a passenger or do some of these things here. All right, let's go ahead and get set. Let's pick one to go. Any caboose? They're a dying breed in real life. I don't think I've seen any trains in this game ever to have caboose. Well, actually, wait a minute. That's not true. The Spirit of Steam might actually have a caboose. If you take the Spirit of Steam Liverpool to Crewe route, there could be a caboose on the back of one of those trains. I believe there is, yeah. So that is something that's likely there. All right, so yeah, so to go over things, we have ourselves the Cajun Pass, which is in San Bernardino, and we have Liverpool to Crewe, Castle to Wurzburg in Germany, and then another one, a blend of classic mainline running and thrilling high-speed commuting in the aboard the state-of-the-art power in London and the Garden of England Eastern High Speed. I think this is the first time this has been here, now including Ashford International and Dartford. Yeah, okay, so it's got new locations too, so maybe it's here or not, I'm not sure. Well, let's go ahead and drive a cargo train and give that a try. So we're going to see a giant forest fire in this one, and we're going to do some of the scenarios, things that make it a little extra special. But I believe these guided experiences allow you to do this. And then we can pick all these. Oh, actually, these are more challenges to learn how to drive the train, actually. So there's like 2 levels of scenarios. So there's like more story-ish based scenarios where they're more special challenges. And then there's these ones too, where it's like there's a big storm. Oh yeah, this one too. Yeah, Trial by Fire, for example, which is one where there's a like a brush fire or something going on. So they all have different ways to train you. These are kind of just like special scenarios that make it a little bit more immersive. Let's take a look at some of the other ones for the Germans. King of the Castle. Red Eye Freight, Magic Number, learn the basics, cruise control. Oh, there must be one where it's so cold or something that the train fails. Overcome challenging conditions when things don't quite go as expected with Ice 1 and Ice 3. Unlock the chapter to complete Iced Out. Okay. I just want to take a look at all these different... Wow, a lot for the Brits as well. Because this line here is a mixed freight. So you've got... Or mixed line with passenger and freight. Very cool. Let's see. Services between London and Ashford. Ferry commuters around Kent. Learn the basics of the Class 66. Oh, there's one about going through a blizzard. Very nice. And then some of them allow you to choose different trains, too, for the scenario. So the nice thing here is that this one is a... it's raining cats and dogs, but you can choose the 395 SEB or the 3759 SEB, so that's cool. Well, let's go deal with a forest fire, shall we? Or a, I guess a brush fire. See how that goes. Our first look. Very exciting. Let's see. Select... The scenario seems locked. Says to unlock this chapter, complete SoCal chords, but started, not started, completed to gold. Let's try this. There might be a way to bypass that. Honestly, I think we should be able to do whatever we want. I don't think we should be restricted by any sort of I don't think we should be restricted by any sort of lockouts or anything like that. Hey Jerry, thanks for the 10, man. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for dropping in. All right, that's weird. I don't think there should be anything stopping us from doing these. Let me just check. Yeah, these are all unlocked. Some of these are locked. Oh, I don't like that. I think they want us to learn the basics of the train.
Good morning, everyone. Fork and knife.
Damn it, Jerry. Thank you for the 10 and the 5 bomb. Congratulations to all you who were just gifted memberships. Now, this is showing that we have to go through this whole thing, but I don't necessarily want to do that. There must be a way to get around that. Oh, that's weird. So on that menu it showed as locked, but here we could just bypass that? It's actually really weird. Alright, let's listen to some cool tunes in the background. Alright, that's weird. They lock the scenario out in one menu, but you can access it with the other. So it's like, I guess in one hand it's supposed to train you and teach you as the difficulty ramps up, but... Huh. Alright. Welcome to San Bernardino Yards. Today you'll be taking a set of a completely empty freight car up to Barstow. There's a small wildfire south of Cajun. Shouldn't be a problem. Well, we'll see about that. If we take a look... Fire department's already heading up there. Alright, well, welcome. Train Sim World 3, my goodness. Let's go. Alright, generator field on. Insert reverser handle. Done. Set reverser to forward. Done. Set automatic brake to release. Done. Independent brake to release. Complete. Apply power and get moving. Alright, let's go. And I guess this one's for Jerry. With that member train rolling through. Thanks, Jerry. Yo, gift bomb emotes in the chat. Show them some love. Congratulations to all you who are just gifted emotes. And memberships and extra perks by Jerry in the chat. Don't forget to say thank you if you were gifted one of those awesome emotes and or memberships and or what have you. Thanks again, everybody, for all your awesome support. Greatly appreciate you all. Yeah, be sure to enable that membership gifting. Now they're one of us, chat. One of us. And I forgot to say it, but happy Friday to you all. Thank you very much to everybody for being here at our first look. Train Sim World 3. So yeah, there's a big brush fire going on out there, so conditions are going to get worse and worse as we go along. Also, one thing that can happen in this game is that I think there used to be, I don't know what you'd call it, static weather effects, where if you set it to rain, it would rain. Or if you set it to snow, it would snow. But there was no way to like have the weather change. So this one actually has changing weather effects and such too, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and bring automatic brake to a stop. Nice. Alright, so let's go to our map menu. They want us to change the tracks now. This is what the route looks like, by the way. So we'll be going up to Barstow. So one of these locations here. So we're going to go the whole route, basically. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's change our tracks then. Now we can get out and do this by foot, but the junction's not changing, though. This looks way too complicated for your brain. Oh, well, you know, honestly, I'm starting a little further into the game where you're starting to do scenarios, but one thing that they're focusing on a lot in this game is tutorials and ways to help new people. So there's a great amount of trains, and then there's multiple levels of training to get into each of them. So if you want to play this, but you're intimidated by the complexity, just pick one train and learn it well, and then just go through all the training for it. And some of the training carries over from train to train. So even though trains are all different, they all also are kind of the same. I keep left-clicking to switch this. This should switch this switch here, but it's not. It should switch to the lower track down here. We want to go to where it's blue. That's strange. Oh, would you say this is better than the other train sim you've been playing recently? I like this one for its scenarios a lot. I think this game does scenarios very, very well. And I think this one's probably the most realistic of them all because they focus on realistic, like, IRL lines. But some of the other ones are fun and have more features of different things. So they're all really good. It's like comparing pizza, you know. They've all got their dough, they've all got their cheese and their marinara sauce, but they all do something a little different with the toppings, that kind of thing. You can... Oh, there it goes. Oh, it finally registered. Okay, that was weird. That was weird. Alright, we're good. But yeah, all these train games, even though it's like, oh, it's just trains, it's like, oh, dude, they're so diverse in so many ways, you wouldn't believe it. It's crazy. They're very robust. Alright, time to move in reverse. Oh, there comes another train. Alright, I think we need a little bit more power. Brakes are released, dynamic brake is off. Oh, we're moving now. We don't need to go that fast. How do you think compared to Train Sim World? Well, I mean, I think this is the Train Sim World brand, but they continue to improve things like detailing and whatnot. Like, for example, in this game, you can see all the cars that are in the parking lot. I think they're doing really more and more of making the game more and more immersive and trying to create illusions to make you believe that you're in a much more heavily simulated environment. It feels a lot more immersive. The trains and all of how they function are very, very realistic. But the world that you look at when you look out the window of cars driving by and cars in the parking lot and all the detailing for things like reservoirs and trees and stuff look better and better every time. And of course they make new games and want you to buy them, but then they bring over some of the old or other DLCs from previous games and then improve them graphic-wise or add new parts to those routes and stuff. And so this is the type of game that really... It's kind of like if you were making a realistic mod for American Truck or Euro Truck Simulator. If you were trying to realistically recreate every road and bridge and tunnel and tree and building in real life, you would never... That's a game you would never finish. I mean, I think the closest we've ever come to having a realistic world that's very, very detailed and very, very expansive is Microsoft Flight Simulator. But even that has like some weird, goofy stuff to it, even though it's like one of the most... it is probably the most realistic in terms of landscape simulators out there. But it's only been out for a little while, too, so they've got plenty to build onto for that game. But this one, I definitely want to see, more things like multiplayer so we can play with friends and, someone can control the train's movements and, set up timetables and shift around cargo, or multiple people can work together to drive a train, that kind of thing. But I've got to say, I mean, I've got a severe bias. It's like, it's trains, so it's good. Like, that's really all I can say. So it's like, I played Train Sim World, thought that was cool. When Train Sim World 2 was announced and came out, they had the Bakerloo line and the whole, most of the underground there, and that was great. Another cool thing that they added. And then here now they've got the Spirit of Steam, and, that's in the other game, but it's also here too, and some things have been changed around, and... So I think for all the different types of train fans, I mean, there's many different nations involved and many different places to see and to go, so... And they're all vastly different. The German rail line, much different than the British and the American, but also the same. So, easy to learn, difficult to master. Alright, so our goal now is to couple to formation, which is 30 vehicles. Oh, yeah, that's good. We're going to try to slow to about 5 here. Like this is getting a little bit more steeper than I thought. We should be good though. Okay, and Run 8 is like hardcore. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's more realistic ones than this too, honestly. And some of the things I do want to see here is we still haven't seen like Asia, Japanese Shinkansen and such. So it'd be nice to see more of those in the future, that kind of thing. Alright, set reverser to forward. And go to location as directed. Alright, we're out of here. Let's go. Alright, the member train is rolling through on the Jerry Express. Thank you very much again, Jerry, for your support, man. If you're in the chat, too, let me know what you think we should play tonight. I noticed Sea of Thieves got a 5 gig update if you want to play that. You kind of lead towards the train series because of the fact that it's really supports user-generated content. That is good. Yep. Yeah, that's hard to... everybody's got something they lean a little bit more towards, too. Like, maybe you want more a little bit more like realism in the graphics or like in the world design, or maybe you don't care about that too much so long as it looks okay. You want more of that content there, which also adds to the realism too. If there's more like types of trains that you can drive in like the same area, like even though, you know, you're in like the area of London, there's probably many different types of trains and tracks that are in those areas. Alright, now I'm going to have to remember what the controls are. So before we get started here, I'm going to go to the control guide, which I don't think this has been easier than like this is the easiest thing I've ever seen now to like look at your controls. I think it was like this in the other one, but I do like how this is. Alright, so reverser, speed limit, cycle or signal, DNA for throttle increase and decrease, and then what about braking? Is there a listing for... Wow, the game even has wipers. I forgot about that. It can rain, and of course you have to use that on your windshield, which is cool. Independent brake, okay. Handbrake, gears, wow. There's our dynamic brake, so that's period and comma keys. Okay, so that's what we'll be using mostly once we're under speed. Let me just test it. Dynamic brake off. Seems to move one way but not the other, unless... I guess you're not allowed to use dynamic brake with the throttle, which would make sense. If you have throttle on, you can't use the dynamic brake. That makes sense. And of course, these trains are very smart too, where you can program them for cruise control for things like loading coal. Of course, that's like a very old feature, but like it's cool that you can actually do it in these games. What's up, Matt Plays TV? Good to see you. Is this difficult for new players who've never played train sims? I have played other sims like Semi-Sims and Elite Dangerous. Yeah, if you just jump in and don't know what you're doing, you might be able to figure things out, but there are a lot... They've put a lot of emphasis on creating an environment where you can really learn. So there's an area you can go to called the Training Center, and it looks like a giant museum, and every train in the game is lined up behind the museum. So you can go into every train and see what their names are, and whether they're like a steam train or a diesel electric train or an all-electric train. And then you can go ahead and, you know, climb on board and take a look at everything. And everything's labeled, too. So if you're, like, wondering, oh, what is this? Oh, that's the automatic brake. But then there's plenty of tutorials for, like, giving you a tour and letting you start and stop the train. And then there's more things like how to look at the signals and whatnot, or how to, like, what to look at on the screen in order to do things correctly. And then that knowledge from, like, your first couple of trainings will be a little long and tedious, probably, because you're learning for the first time. But a lot of the rules carry over from, you know, train to train and from nation to nation. Like, red light means stop, green light means go. You know, that's just the way it is. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fun in learning, especially when you master it. Like, when you think to yourself, like, oh man, I got to apply a little bit of throttle here. What's the button for throttle again? And you can remember it on your keyboard, or you know where to find it in the train. Like, oh, which one's my throttle? Oh, this one's the dynamic brake, so it must be this one, the throttle. So it's quite fun to learn. What's up, Raptor? Been a long-time fan of Dovetail's Train. Yeah, me too. I also played, they had like a flight sim game as well, although that one unfortunately came to an end. And I thought they did a really cool thing with their flight games too, where there'd be bird strikes that could like destroy your canopy and stuff, and then you'd have to navigate through that. They've done a lot of cool stuff with scenarios in the Dovetail games, and that's pretty cool. Setting them apart a little bit from just being a straight-up simulator. Because one thing you've got to, you know, whether you're driving a plane, or, well, flying a plane or driving a train, you've got to worry about those emergencies too. Things like fires and objects on the tracks, or animals on the tracks, or being rerouted for some reason. I think one of the scenarios also says that there's a flood, that wipes out or washes out some of the tracks. So while you're underway and going towards one destination, you've got to stop and like wait for the train company to sort things out and then put trains onto new tracks and bypass and do other things like that. So pretty cool. Another thing about this game too is that, especially when it comes to passenger services, like right now we're just doing freight, and freight's pretty chill. As you can see, we're not going very fast or very far, at least for now. But eventually when we start doing high-speed trains, which we're going to take a look at, maybe we'll do a British train next and go to London. But when we start doing high-speed trains, those are probably the most fun, because once you get rolling, it's cool to see all that landscape and stuff just blowing by. And then there's a mix of that too, where there's like high-speed local trains that go pretty fast too, but you're always constantly stopping at stations. So yeah, dynamic weather effects too. And you could set that, you know, you can turn that on or off or increase the... it's kind of like how it works in ATS or Euro Truck, where you can... where you can make changes on the fly. Oh, wow. Does this train pass through the Raptoria? Raptoria is everywhere, my man. Also a nice thing, you just press F1 and boom. Like, if you press F1, you're just like in realism mode. Like, you can control everything by... Well, it gets rid of the little cursor on the screen. That should still be there, because it'll make it easier to know if you're actually touching something. But if you want to take pretty screenshots... If you're on PC, you can right-click to toggle mouse pointer. Oh, really? Oh, bro. Nice, thank you. Hi there. I don't think he likes me, that guy. Cool. Oh, now we can speed up, so let's get out of here. Alright, so we're clear to go 30 miles per hour. In the upper right corner, what does the MPH mean in relation to your actual speed? Upper right corner. Well, miles per hour is at the bottom of the speedometer on the right side, but... Oh, I see what you mean. What that means is in 3,000 feet, I'll be permitted to go 60 miles per hour, so it's letting me know ahead of time. Because trains are massive and super heavy, it's good to know how fast or slow you can go ahead of time. So it's pretty helpful to know before you get there whether you need to slow down or speed up. The San Bernardino passenger station looks realistic. Oh, that's good. All right, we're out of here. Morning, can we get the routes from Train Sim World 2 even if we don't own it? Yeah, one of the routes will be coming to this game from Train Sim World 2. I did notice that the Spirit of Steam Liverpool to Crewe will be there. So a steam train from the 1950s will be available, which is a DLC for the first game, or for the previous game, I should say. But I don't know what else will be added to this over time. They could always add free content. They could always add DLC content of like packs of previous stuff. Like they could make a DLC called, you know, New York, New York or something, and add all the Long Island Railroad trains and all the other previous stuff that they put in the other game. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, but... If you blast the train at full speed, will you get in trouble or will it derail? Oh yeah, the trains can derail. And you'll lose points and stuff too. You can always challenge yourself and go for high scores by... and that's one of the things about the passenger trains that I was mentioning too, is that the better your performance... Because you have passengers, they're a lot more likely to complain, more than like a roll of steel. So you want to give passengers of your... of your freight trains an opportunity to have a smooth ride. Alright, so now we're going to be permitted to go 70 here in just a little bit, but we're permitted up to 60 now, so we can go full throttle. Yeah, you don't really get penalized for doing things incorrectly. You just get less points. You're going to earn XP, but I'm not exactly sure what you do with that other than it just levels up your character and just makes you feel good about progressing. Because you're not really unlocking things in this game because, you know, you're not starting your own company and going to buy trains. You're just kind of simulating what it's like to be a driver of those particular routes. Why so many engines? How's this heavy? The cargo right now is empty, but like when we get to our destination, we're going to load up with stuff. And yeah, there's 3 locomotives on this. Listen to the rattling inside too. Very realistic sounds. If we press escape, we can see how long the train is and the weight. Yeah, so 33 cars. The trains themselves are 1,786 tons, and the whole train is 2,000 feet long. So the whole weight is almost 2,000 tons, and the length is 2,000 feet. Thanks, man. Here's the back end of the train. She's wobbling. Yeah, we're now permitted to do 70. And fairly soon, 80. It's very pretty. Now we're going faster than all the cars, too. Looks like they're almost doing 40. Hope they added wildlife. They may have. There might be something like that. Yeah, so we're going full throttle at a 2.2% grade. A motion sim seat to wobble with the train. Now that would be interesting if they did that. This game would also be great for VR too, since you can control pretty much everything from inside the train, if you want to. Are there any routes you can take through Pittsburgh, Western PA? There is in the previous game. I forget exactly what the name of it is, but there is one. Chat, you'll have to remind me. Not Sand Patch Grade, is it? But there is another one, too, from the 70s about loading another coal train. And I think that is in Pennsylvania. The arrows with the ball on it, is that the weight distribution? Honestly, I don't... I've played a ton of this and I don't remember. Yeah, Clinchfield, that's the name of it. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if that's in PA, but I think it is. Oh, this. Do you mean... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that. I can't really point at it, but... Oh, Clinchfield is West Virginia. Okay. There's got to be one that's in Pennsylvania. I thought... Yeah, I definitely thought there was one in Pennsylvania. But for the United States, I've seen, like, I think there's one in New Mexico. There's, of course, New York, West Virginia. More recently, there's the Horseshoe Pass and stuff like that. Was there an IKEA on the right? It could have been. Wow, look at this. Nice and flat. Low speed, high drag. Does anyone know if Train Sim World 3 allows for longer consist? I think the limit on Train Sim World 2 was something like 42 cars. Good question, man. There seem to be some experts in chat. If anybody knows, yeah. Feel free to let us know. Look at how cool that looks, man. Alright, we'll see you at Brushfire soon, I'm sure. Ah, now we gotta slow down to 45. You want to open the windows? Sure. A bear crossing. No, Smiley. All right, we're going to get an update about that brush fire here shortly. An update on the wildfire. The fire department are on site, but the fire is not under control. There's a slight haze, but the track visibility is still good. Oh, you can see the haze now. Oh yeah. First time here? What's up, man? Welcome aboard. I think we should maybe think about closing that window. Yep, this is the Cajun Pass. That's right. Maybe I'll just say Cajun because that reminds me of the French fries from Five Guys. It's called Cajon? Oh, really? I'd just call it Cajun. The Cajun Pass. That just sounds better. Just sounds tastier. I guess that makes sense now that you've pronounced it that way. Yeah. It is cool, though, like when you... I always like when you see a word and you pronounce it and then someone corrects you and you're like, oh, okay. But then you know, like when you sometimes when you see words, there's always a little difference in the pronunciation, like Wayzata versus Wayzata, that type of thing. Yeah, I was about a minute late to the stream. I dropped Bradford off at the airport about an hour ago. Or about an hour and a half ago. He wanted to go back pretty early. His flight's not until about, I think 1 or 2. So, another update on the wildfire. The fire is still growing, with the mountainside now covered in smoke. The tracks are clear, but visibility around Cajon will be lower than usual. Keep your windows closed and remain cautious out there. Oh boy. Where's the other trains? Well, the smoke from the wildfire is getting thicker, so I don't know if we're going to be able to see them. We're going to have some big visibility issues. You think he's drunk at the airport? No, no. Actually, if Bradford gets home in time, he wants to play with us in tonight's stream, whatever that may be, so. Can you jump off the train when it's moving? There's a button prompt when you look at the stairs before you get off the train, so I assume if the train is in motion, it'll tell you no. But there might be a way to glitch it. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is not fog. That is smoke from a giant brush fire. Yep, this will be available on September 6th. Us big old fancy YouTubers get to play a little early, but we all get to play together, and you guys can definitely walk me through some things I don't know. Now, what I love about this game is I played a ton of the first game, even more of the second game, and I'm probably going to play a lot of this game too. And I'm still, you know, there's no really like enough. Like you'll never know everything. You know, there's like, you could just play the game all day and still like learn something and try to learn the routes like the back of your hand, and still that's going to take hundreds of hours. This will be on consoles as well. The previous game was on PC. Yeah, all three, like PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Although I forget which ones. I think it was PS4 and 5. But I don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation, so if anybody wants to check the market and confirm for us. I'm not sure if you can pre-order or whatnot. Now we're going to have to slow it down a little bit. Oh, both PlayStations, both Xbox and PC? Awesome. In my opinion, I think it is the best on PC, but if you have a console and don't want to like get a PC just to get this game, you don't have to. Hit the horn? Okay. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is not fog on the screen. This is smoke from a very dangerous brush fire that's closing in on the tracks, possibly. I've not played this scenario before, so I'm not sure exactly what might happen. So we just need to play it cautiously now and keep our heads on a swivel, brother. Can you access the engine room? Sometimes you can refuel the trains and do that, yeah. It might depend on the train. What farming sim do I think is better, 19 or 22? Well, 22 is newer, so thus it has more features and is being currently supported. Additionally, there's new DLC coming out for it, so that'll be cool. Logging industry. Yeah, this is smoke from a fire. Train Sim World, you subscribed? Awesome. Smiley face. Thank you very much for your support. Wow, this is a long train here. Or at least longer than the other ones. What's the biggest difference you spotted compared to Train Sim World 2? The first thing that made you go, that's definitely a huge improvement. Tutorial stuff. Yeah, they definitely put all of the ways to learn in one easy, convenient place. But they've also spread them out, too, to trains specifically. So, one nice thing is that all the scenarios have some really easy, super basic starting stuff. And there's like 3 or 4 levels of it. So anybody at any stage can learn from any of the trains. So if you get the game and you're just not interested in American trains and you just want to do the, you know, good old UK and you're really down with British trains and that's all you want to do, then you can learn specifically everything from those trains. And if you're going to be spending a lot of time in all those trains, like the Class 6-6, then you can learn the Class 6-6 and all the other passenger trains and freight trains. So then you can learn all the British trains on all British rails, and so you can be fully immersed in that. And then later on, if you change your mind and you're like, I kind of want a palate cleanser, then you can go to Germany, for example, and then start learning those trains in those locations. But then also there's a nice little like training center where you can look at everything. Like it's all on display, kind of like a museum, so you can walk around and just get a feel and like compare this. Like all the trains will be lined up next to each other, so it's like a museum, so you can see the differences in their size and their capabilities and like what they're designed to do. Like they're all, you know, trains aren't necessarily better or worse than other. There's improvements for safety and efficiency, but obviously this train is for cargo, as we're like a German high-speed. Like the ice is meant for something completely different. Yeah, the dynamic weather is great too. You can see this with, obviously this is just like a fog filter, but they've created a good, you know, immersive scenario of like, oh man, there's a wildfire nearby, so it's going to get harder and harder, but the train's got to keep rolling, so yeah. Yeah, so I would say the dynamic weather and the tutorials are definitely two things that within just, what, we've been playing less than an hour now, and those have already like completely, you know, like jumped off the page for us. Yeah, we get to play early. Content creators have access as of today until the 6th on when it's available for everybody. So September 6th. Yay. I don't need those wipers on. Turn those off. So let's get that out of the way. Oh, it'll just go to the reset position. Nice. There is a map, but there's not like a mini map. Yeah. If you want to take a look at the route, this is the... I'm just going to call it the Cajun Pass, but Cajon Pass or Cajon... I don't know. Whatever. Whatever it is. So we're here at the summit. Just passing through the summit now. So we need to work our way all the way up to Barstow in the north. There's kind of a more detailed map showing... That one kind of just shows a line of the route, but this shows a little bit more specifically where the train lines go. Yeah, look at all that detail. Wow. Pretty cool. Alright, we're about to get an update on that wildfire again shortly. We also need to be prepared to stop at any time. What's up, Harper? How you doing? Alright, we need an update. Yeah, that's true. Like, sometimes games are much more realistic, but have, like, maybe a little, you know, where they might not excel in graphics, they do better in, like, gameplay, that type of thing. The fire spread has slowed down, but we've been advised to stop sending further trains until the smoke is clear. Continue past Cajon until you are clear of the smoke. I'm just going to say Cajun. I'm just saying Cajun. They've got to change their name. I'm going to become mayor of the city and just change it. I have to. Cajun sounds better for marketing. Come on down to the Cajun Pass. Gotta slow her down, boys. Gotta slow her way down. Ooh. Are we importing more Raptor members on the train? Hopefully so. If you guys haven't already claimed those memberships and such in the chat too, Jerry was just in here earlier dropping a member bomb, so for those of you who would like to claim those memberships, make sure you turn your membership gifting to allow so other people can just dunk a membership on you. People in here wanting to give out memberships so you all can, of course, get awesome emotes and more, so make sure you do that. You like the cab movement? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, if you want a gifted membership, just click the join button. And then there should be 3 dots in the right corner of that menu. Otherwise, if you scroll up a little bit, you might see the big old green rectangle. And if you click or tap on that, you'll hit allow, and then YouTube will just like... It kind of goes into like a little random giveaway. Like someone will insert, you know, like memberships into the chat, and then YouTube will kind of sprinkle it on whoever. So... so long as you have it set to allow, anybody can drop a bomb anytime. You want me to turn on the fan? We can do that. Little airflow. So cool how they allow you to do that. Yeah, we're gonna have to go 30 here in just a minute. Oh, it's 2 miles though. It's too cold, turn it off? What? Gotta be hot out there. Hey, there you go. Thank you very, very much, Nicole, for the big O member bomb. Yeah! Thank you very much. Alright, so click or tap on that awesome member bomb right there, and then you should be able to hit allow on that one. And another one. Wow. A double. Double dip over here. Thank you very much. Give bomb emotes in the chat. Show them some love. Welcome to all you new members. Good thing about this train is it'll be pretty easy to slow down. Since we're going up at least right now, and since the train is lighter, you just pull off the throttle a little bit and we're good to go. Well, would you look at that? Looking cool. Weight is a consideration, yeah. Train length, weight. Power of the locomotives as well. Especially on the freight trains. Passenger trains, you're not going to get too much of a difference. I'm not even sure if passengers... Like, I'm not sure if it's calculated in the game for a fully loaded passenger train versus an empty passenger train. I'm not sure if it actually does that. How fast is the train going? We're going about 30 miles an hour. You can see that at the on the right side, the speedometer at the bottom where it says 30 mph. Thank you to everybody in the chat getting it up to 200 likes. Appreciate you all showing your love for the stream. Thanks for supporting me. How many engines are we running? Well, 4. We've got the 3 locomotives here and then whatever engine runs the game, I guess, technically. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Nah, but it looks like 3 BNSF. These are the ES, the Echo Sierra 44 Charlie 4. Which... in the train selection, it says that this train, I forget what year it started in, but it says it goes to 2022, so I don't know if this train is being discontinued 2022 or if it just means that it's up to current year, like that's the year it is currently, like in the game. Or at least the game, you know, goes from like 1950 all the way up to 2022. I'm not sure. Train dad joke, classy. I mean, you know. It works. Dad jokes are fun, though. I gotta be really creative with those. Puns and dad jokes like that. It gets me creative. Alright, so in about 2,000 feet, or no, 8,000 feet. Oh no, this is an update here for the fire. Let's see how things are going. We're gonna get a sit rep on that fire. Find out if it's spread. You should be getting clear of the smoke now. Stop at Summit until we can clear the backed up traffic at Hesperia. Alright, so we gotta stop at the Summit in 4.3 miles. Okay. Squeezel!
Welcome.
Thank you very much, dude, for the 7 months as a Raptor egg. Appreciate the support. Raptor, finally some chill time after Bradford. Oh, Bradford was very chill. Yeah. Yeah, when I was streaming or recording videos, he was basically just out chilling in the living room and mostly FaceTiming his girlfriend or whatever. Getting all caught up on what she was doing, and they were planning, I think they were planning whenever she's going to go see him next, because he's in Texas now for his job, and she's in Maine, where he is from. So from time to time, they get to travel and see each other. So you got to plan those moves out like a chess move. Bradford's a busy man, busy guy. So good for him. Very nice. That guy's very nice. Bradford is one of those people who is exactly what you'd expect. Yeah, when I met him, he's very genuine. There's no on or off for Bradford. Bradford is just Bradford. In these streams and such, you know, I enunciate a little bit more and I get to chat with you guys and we have a little bit more fun. Then when I'm not doing that, I'm just kind of more quiet and just focused on whatever I'm doing. Like I turn up the volume a little bit for the streams, but I don't necessarily flip a switch, but Bradford is just Bradford 24/7. Raptor, have any new RTS games come out and would you play it? Well, I recently put out a video for Commandos 3 HD Remaster, which was pretty cool. It's an older game, but they kind of redid it and added some new features and things to it, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, there's RTS games all the time on the channel. That was probably one of the most recent ones. It's not that typical RTS of like RTS base building, but you can do all the combat and tie up Germans and knock them out and stuff all in real time. You saw it and you liked it? Awesome. Yeah, that's probably the most recent one I played. Alright, well, we're getting clear of the smoke now, thank goodness. I was getting a little nervous there for a little while. Construction sim coming out On the 20th, already prepaid, can't wait. Well, I'm not going to name names, but somebody you're currently watching is getting early access, and there's some pretty special stuff coming in the game related directly to us. There's going to be some really special stuff added to the game, and we're going to play it early. So I'll try to get Rick in, and I'll try to get Bradford and Jerry and Poglad. Well, primarily the people who've played the previous game before. It does take a little bit of experience, but... Is your first time taking a look at Train Sim World Series? Are the routes pretty accurate? From what I hear from everybody, the routes are very accurate, and so are the details to points of interest like stations. So most people like the detail and think that things are pretty well placed in terms of like looking realistic and nicely detailed. Yeah, there's traffic on the roads. Although the game will still do these random hang-ups from time to time. I'm not sure exactly why or how to fix that or whatnot. I'm not sure if that's me or the game. I'm not sure. Hey, what's up, Tobias? Welcome aboard, man. How open world is it? Well, not really, because all the routes are kind of separate, and you don't really... If you leave the train, it's not for long, and you don't go very far. The goal is to, like, stay in the same... Just stay in the train and basically drive it and do all the functions of what it would be like to drive a train. I mean, it's not like you can just stop the train and like walk across the street and go to a convenience store and pick up some chips. Trains got to keep rolling as much as they can, you know. Alright, so we had to come to a stop at about 2 miles here, so I think it might be a good idea to start slowing down here shortly. Would love to see a train sim game basically the same scale as Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, you know, flight air is everywhere, so you can fly through that, but rails are not everywhere, so it's a little more... I think it's a little harder to do because there's so many different types of rail, and they're not always all connected that way, but I certainly think you're right, at least in terms of making games like that. There is a game similar to what you're thinking about, which is like the... ATS or Euro Truck of the rails, known as Railway Life. I already forgot the name. A Train Life, a railway simulator. That's it. We played it recently on the channel. I always forget exactly how that one's worded, but it's a really cool game. There is a video on the channel too for that one if you want to. The train games are all good. I don't think I found a train game that's just horrifically unplayable and not fun and just not worth your time. I found some that are just like it's how you're feeling that at that time, like what you want to do that day. You know, Derail Valley is really fun if you're feeling like playing a VR game. There's also another game called what the heck's that one that's like an open world, you can build your own tracks, Railroads Online, that kind of thing. You can play that with friends and actually build the tracks. Can I toot the horn for you? I can toot the horn at 300 likes, chat. Horns are not free. You have to pay for them. Horns don't grow on trees, chat. Yeah, Derail Valley is wonderful in VR. Train Sim World is fantastic. Train Simulator is great. Trains is good. And then, of course, all the train building games, too. Like, you know, a million different railway simulators, like... building simulators, like, of course, like Railroad Tycoon, you know, Sweet Transit, Open TTD. I think there's one called Railroad Corporation. Yeah, Transport Fever 2. Transport Fever 2 is, like, amazing. It makes the trains even better in that game because of all the other stuff you can do with other vehicles. So you can work with them really, really great. Well, I better throw all these brakes on because I don't want to fail the mission. I didn't realize it was so close. Alright, we're good. Nice to see you made it in one piece. Keep the train parked here until dispatch gives you the green light. Oh. Didn't realize we were so close. Oh, nice. Session invalid. So basically what that means is we're not connected online or whatever. Nice. Oh, we got a silver for that. Oh, so it's much more challenging than it was before. So getting up to speed, maintaining that is super important. But this is definitely a much more challenging mission than... or this game is much more challenging, I think. But it's not hard by any means. It's just more to do. That's cool, though. Not bad for a first try. What's... Marstow Away, what is that? Is that like part 2 of this scenario? Inspect a formation on the inspection lines at Barstow. Ooh. Slip and slide. Torrential rain has caused a landslide in between the cutting. Cut over to the UP lines, avoiding traffic to make it to the destination. Yeah, so there's lots of different little things to do. All right, let's do a... you guys want to do a high-speed train? Bullet trains look cool. All right, let's see what we can do for that. Let's see. This one here seems like it'd be the full line at high speed. Bring this class 395 into service from Ashford Depot before leaving towards London. That one's going to take 50 minutes, so that could be it. Drive early morning through a storm. See. Well, that's kind of weird. When you hover over the mission, it looks like the difficulty disappears. It doesn't show you like what the, which is fine. A lot of these are fairly easy. I think we should do this one then. And we'll just kind of use... I like to use these scenarios as a tutorial where it's like, I want to have something challenging to do, but also use it as a learning opportunity. If you know the basics, it's not so challenging, but... I work at an airport that's right next to a rail yard. Mainline tracks, so occasionally I see trains pass by while I'm refueling my tanker. Oh, cool. You don't care about the critics, Raptor? Your puns are on track. Thanks, Brad. Alright, welcome to Ashford Train Depot. We need to prepare the train for service. Take the train through the washer before heading onto the main line. Oh, we're going to get a car wash. A train wash. Alright, that's cool. Alright, we'll get our orders then. Turn the master key on. Set the reverser to neutral. Press and hold the DC power button for 2 seconds. Press the pan up, shoes down button. Press the pan up, shoes down button to close the main circuit breaker. Set reverser to forward. Headlights to day running. Apply power to get moving. Go to washer. Let's go. Sounds like a truck horn. Keep the train under 3 while passing through the washer. Okay. We gotta go real slow. Actually, we're going up a little bit, so let's keep it at 1. Little incline. Is the train display actual? Yeah, you can use the, you can turn off the HUD and literally drive the train like this if you want to. You can use the computer and all the internal controls to actually drive the train. Wow, this train's really responsive. This is nice. Going from a freight train to a passenger train is a real big change, because like once you get that kind of like immediate power response, it's kind of jarring. You're like, wow, we can actually go? We can go fast now? I think the only time I've ever seen another washer in this game is there was a, I think one of the Long Island Railroad scenarios makes you go through there, which is kind of cool. Now we got to keep it under 3. Got to have the train look pretty. And thank you. Yeah, exactly, Alloy. Alright, we're supposed to go slow. Would I ever drive a train? Oh yeah, for sure. There's opportunities to do that in like Japan and stuff. I've had that opportunity before. I've ridden bikes on railroad tracks before. Like in Japan, there's these really cool like sometimes there's like old lines that are abandoned or no longer used. And there's ways where they put a bike on the rails and then they somehow like stand it up where there's a platform between you and another person, and then you can basically like ride a bike on the rails, where each person like is on a different rail. It's pretty cool. Getting it all washed up. We're all washed up, Chad. It's over. At least we're ready for supper. Now we just got to keep it under 3 for this part. Let the washers actually do their washing. Almost through. I would like to see some more trains in this game, though. They always seem to end up going to Germany, the United States, and the UK every single time. On occasion, then they include like France. Maybe they'll be like Italy. Maybe they'll do like maybe they'll do something in like I think they've done Switzerland and Austria before for one-off lines. But I'd love to see Scandinavia. I'd love to see Asia. Use Swedish trains or Norwegian trains, or the Shinkansen in Japan would be huge. I think some of those things might be licensing issues, but I would like to see them. No matter the cost. What's up, Black Dragon? Good to see you. Okay, we're almost through. Is that another washer? Keep it under 3. What's up, Kafiel? Rolling through. Okay, there we go. Getting the train washed. Pretty cool. Why is the train so slow? We're supposed to go slow so we can get through this washing section. If we go too fast, the washers won't be as effective as cleaning the side of the train. So we're supposed to go slow for now. We're okay, though. almost out of here. Okay, so now they want us to stop at about 200 yards. Looks like we're through the washer, so we should be able to continue to this location here. We don't have to worry about that warning anymore. We're through the washer. Takes a little bit of patience to go that slow. Top speed for this train? Probably like hundreds of miles, like maybe somewhere between 150 and 200 maybe. When you play Red Dead, are you going to play single player or multiplayer? Well, we got to get to 4,000 members first, so everybody watching, smash that join button. Train has been washed, but you'll need to switch ends in order to bring the train onto the main line. Okay, so we're going to have to go all the way to the other end of the train. So yeah, as a member incentive, once we hit 4,000... we will do that. That reverser to off. Master key off. Alright, so we're going to go to the other side of the train. Yeah, Red Dead is on sale for like 50% off too, yeah. Alright, I hope we don't fall through the ground. Okay, good. Bus driving sim 22. There might be videos on the channel. I can't remember. I played quite a few bus sims. Oh, cool. This is the passenger entrance. Or we can go through this door too. Cool. All right. So basically what we just did, but in reverse. All right, so now we need to do switching for mainline. It doesn't show that it changed, but it says that it changed, so. Yeah. Stop at location of Ashford International at 6:13. We're already like a minute and a half late. That's okay. Mostly the car wash that slowed us down. Something doesn't seem right. Yeah, our schedule is down below in the description, so if you want to know what we're coming up with next, make sure you check the description down below. Forgot to take brakes off? No, the brakes are controlled by one thing. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're on our way. So I think for these scenarios, you know, for the first time you play them, just get through them without causing any sort of havoc, and then your second and third playthrough of the same scenario, that's when you're going for gold. Hopefully on your first, but more likely on your... I feel like this is not right. No, that is, so long as we go left here. All right. Bum, 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 bum. We're just cruising now. Go faster, we'll go fast. We got to get out on the main line first. It's like we're in the parking lot right now. We got to wait to get out to the highway. Soon, chat, soon. Is there free roam? There is kind of like a free mode, yeah. Where you can drive pretty much any train, anywhere. Anytime, any weather. Set up your own scenarios if you like. Oh, 300 likes? Alright, awesome. Thank you, chat. This one's for you. Yeah, brother. Apple. Little seltzer water. All right, now we're allowed to go 30. Well, we'll be stopping in about 500 yards. We're going light speed now compared to where we were. Oh, boy. Pulling into the station finally, huh? This train is wonderfully and ridiculously responsive. It's a very good train for slowing down. I didn't want to do that. Wanted power. A little bit of power. I think I've driven this train before in Train Sim World 2. It's been a while. I do remember liking it, though. Are we running late? For sure, yeah. Well, that's okay. It's the first time we're doing this scenario, and oftentimes it's... I think it's really meant to be, especially the passenger scenario, is meant to be a little more challenging and tight with the timing. And so you got to really know what you're doing in the scenario beforehand. In other words, a little practice to know what's coming, you know, a little foresight in knowing what's coming next is helpful. Well, let's go max brake and open the doors. Alright, so we'll load passengers for a bit and then we'll be on our way. Let's see if people actually load onto the train. Well, you'd think it'd be like a work week. 6 a.m., you'd feel like there'd be a lot of people on that, ready to go on the train. Bum, 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 bum. You're just lurking? Oh yeah, chat's lurking. Okay, lock doors. Alright, you'll need to switch power modes to overhead power in order to continue. Should tell us how. Reverser to neutral. Press and hold control button for 2 seconds. Press pan up, shoes down button. Press the pan up, shoes down button to close the main circuit breaker. Set reverser to forward. And now we gotta go to Fleet International. There we go. I think there is the Mediterranean DLC, there's a France DLC where I think inside of one of the tunnels you have to switch from AC to DC power. For the tunnel. Yeah, the pantographs don't look up at all, no. That's common with this game where they don't raise. That was the thing in Train Sim World 2. But graphical glitch, I guess. Animation should have shown them raising. Oh well, now we're just running on good times, good vibes. Oh, maybe the one in the back there? Oh, there's one in the far back. I guess that's enough. Cool. Smooth. Stop, there's a bear on the track. Better not be. We got our red and our blue thingies too. Isn't there a way, I forgot how to use ATC in this train. And or in the game in general. I guess we'll have to learn how to do that. We can drive it manually for this time, but eventually we'll have to start using the, for the German and British trains, there's versions of automatic train control, which can basically bring us up to speed, and it's a form of cruise control, essentially, that better takes into account the regulation of the rail. Things like incline and... Man, this is nice. Very cool. Full power. All right, so 28 miles to go. Wow, we're traveling at 200 kilometers an hour now. Very nice. Is it sad to say that you catch this train most days into London? No, not at all. One of the things I like the most, especially the Brits come out and say that pretty much every time that we drive any sort of train in the UK, including, I think we had, literally we were doing one of the train routes that's in Scotland, and I forget exactly which one it was, but we have a friend that's joined us many times before. His name's Zero Hero, and he was literally watching the stream while he was on the particular train in the exact train that we were driving. So, like, he got off the train at one point to take a picture of the train in the exact station in which we were stopping. Like, there's literally people will watch these Train Sim World streams on trains that were actually, like, literally driving at that time, and they'll be on that particular route at that particular stop themselves. Or there'll be people who recognize, like, a train depot or a train station or something like that, or a yard, and be like, oh yeah, I drive past that every day, or oh yeah, I worked there for 20 years. It's cool. Or people, like, for example, with the underground and stuff like that, saying like, oh yeah, all those stations are accurate, or oh yeah, that's how that looks, or oh yeah, that sounds about right. Like, literally, that's how it sounds. It's cool. Alright, well, we'll do a little manual driving this time, and then eventually figure out ATC through some of the tutorials. I'm sure it'll give us a reason to use those. We're just flying. Yo, Desire, thank you very much for becoming a Raptor Egg. Appreciate your support. Welcome aboard to our new member. Green Eyes in the chat, show him some love. New member, welcome. Bum, bum, bum. All right, pull back a little bit. And there we go. Susanna Rios, thank you very much for becoming a Raptor Egg as well. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Welcome. New member, welcome. You've been lurking for years? Oh, well, thank you very much for hanging out for so long and becoming a member now. That's nice of you. Thank you. And Susanna, welcome to you as well. Yeah, ATC here is really nice for the some of the elevations and stuff changing quickly can reduce the train speed, so it certainly makes it a lot more efficient. Bum, bum. Very nice. Very chill. A very beautiful day in this game. It's a very gorgeous morning. Nice and sunny, but also a little cloudy too. Oh, another tunnel. A little glitchy, that tunnel. But again, remember, this is kind of the pre-release version that will come out in about 4 or 5 days. So any sort of graphical things like that might be on my end for my settings, but it'll buff out. Very cool. We are moving. Yeah, what's up, Hector? And yes, just like the merch. Yes, it'll buff out. How's Bradford? It's probably good. He's sitting at the airport right now. Bradford loves planes. That's what he does for work, so he wanted to go to the airport early and kind of just hang out at the gate and whatnot. I dropped him off there about 2.5 hours ago. I don't think his flight's for another hour, but for him, he doesn't mind waiting at the gate. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to get to the airport a little early anyway. But he's probably sitting at the gate talking to his girlfriend, you know. You live by the Medway where the bridges were? Oh, really? That's where you live. Interesting. Well, we just passed by your house, yeah. Well, that's cool. This is a very nice route. I'm hoping that they would take every route from the previous games and put them into the new one. Yeah, there is steam engines in this game. The Liverpool to Crewe. Called Spirit of Steam, which is like in the 1955 or something like that. And it is cool because the passengers who will come onto those trains are wearing clothing from the 50s as well, and of course all the buildings look like they're from the 50s as well, so a lot less power lines and a lot less cars, or if there are cars, they look like they're from the 50s. Very good immersion. Do I like Train Sim or Train Life? Which one do you prefer? Honestly, I think they're both kind of... it's like comparing waffles and pancakes. They're both round, made of dough, both good with syrup on them. Both great for breakfast or anytime, really. But it's kind of like what you're in the mood for, really. They're two different textures, but this one kind of focuses more on realism of already existing rail lines. And... the Train Life Simulator is kind of more like ATS or Eurotruck, where like things are simplified to be like a unified rail line where you can kind of like deliver cargo wherever and however you want and buy multiple trains. I like that. I think they're both great. You know, nothing says you can't have a waffle and a pancake. Alright, down to 200. Down to 160. This is essentially like final approach at an airport. Now down to 130. Not power. We want a little bit more brake. Not bad. Not bad. You need a waffle fryer and a pancake fryer. Really? Well, I guess for pancakes you just need a griddle. For a waffle, you kind of make a waffle maker. Seems like it's easier to make pancakes than waffles, but both can kind of be made of the same stuff. Guys, can we get a 1 in the chat for waffles? Or pancakes? And away we go. Nice. All right, Saint Pancras International. We're going to see the pancreas. Let's go. Up to 4. Yeah, we're just listening to some custom music soundtracks in the background. Not bad, dude. Sounds good, looks good, it is good. You love it when I play simulator games? They're fun. Nice challenge to this game too, where it's not just... Yeah, it's not just like the fun of simulating a route. That certainly is fun, but it's not just that. A lot more to learn, a lot more to do. You remember the days in which I was competitive? I mean, I'm the best at being me now. I'm still competitive there. I'm the best me I can be. Smiley. Alright, 17 miles to go for this next destination. Okay. Wow, this is nice and open now. Alright, power at 2. Keep on trucking, brother, yeah. There's a new cat game coming soon? What do you mean by that? Caterpillar? Construction equipment, brother? Hell yeah. Bradford loved to see the tractors at the state fair, too. He wanted to take one. Take one home so bad. Little kitty, big city. Oh, that sounds cool. An open world cat exploration game. Wow. What's the big difference between SimWorld 2 and 3? Well, there's dynamic weather and such to the new game, to train SimWorld 3. And the training is a lot better, and I'm sure some things are improved graphic-wise and whatnot. I'm going to have to check the store page, too, to see what else might be their strong points. And I've tried to catch as many of these live streams as I could from the devs to see what was new, but mostly when they would cover this game, they would cover the routes. And, of course, routes are different than others, so they were pointing out cool things on a route, but I wasn't able to make out all the new things just yet. But training and dynamic weather are two things that they've improved and made more part of the game, which is pretty cool. Shubu Boy, thanks for the 29, dude. Appreciate the big O support. Thank you, smiley face. Nice thing about these high-speed trains is that these tunnels might seem long, but since we're traveling at like 200 kilometers an hour, they don't last as long as they could. Where are we? We're in the UK right now. We're on the southeastern high speed. Pretty cool. We're traveling at very high speeds. The fastest we've gone so far. Did I see the Artemis launch? No. I've been a little busy today getting Bradford ready to go home, and then of course playing this too. 6 miles to our destination. We're just about to pass by Stratford International in East London before it's back in those tunnels again. Oh, really? Do I or did I have model train sets? Certainly have before, but haven't had any model trains in a few years. Mostly because I don't want to get them. Well, they're an addiction, really. The moment I get one, it's too many. I started on that a little bit with Legos recently, and then... Oh, cool. There's like a little construction going on there. Yeah, I think they need to add big things like that to really stand out for this game. Yeah, the Shinkansen or maybe some Scandinavian rail lines. I mean, they've done all sorts of one-offs into other locations like Canada and France, and I think there was maybe one in Italy, but Austria and Switzerland too getting some trains. But yeah, there's got to be a massive, it'd be just amazing to see like Japan. Preferred train model scale? I guess I'll have to look into it again. Maybe... I don't know. HO, maybe? Alright, time to slow things down. We're getting ready to stop at the next station. You know, yeah, this is like, yeah, we're in a bear cave right now. We're searching for bears. That's why they call these bullet trains. Nice. Oh, I'm good. I'm having a good day too, Night Owl. Wow, chat is nice. Thank you guys for being very kind and saying hello to everybody. That's cool, man. Nice to have everybody chill, especially on a Friday. Now, not everybody gets, you know, the weekend off, and some people have to work through that or whatnot. But for the most of you, I hope you have the weekend off and enjoy your weekend too. Interesting turn. That was cool. Have I been on the California Zephyr before? No, but that would be cool. Would love to take some trains around the United States and some beautiful landscapes. That's probably got to be the best way to see some of the beautiful hilly landscape of the U.S. Trains were there before cars because, you know, before the combustion engine really took off, it was train engines that went through those areas. Cool story, bro. All right, end of the line, boys. Oh, nobody here. Not yet, anyway. I remember when we started with the car wash or whatnot, the train wash feels forever ago. Cool, man. All right. Set the reverser to neutral. Power handle to max brake. Headlights to off. Oh, there they go. Reverser to off. Press and hold aux off for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Master key off. Thanks for your help today. Let's see how you did. I did okay, I guess. ATC would make it a little better, but this is what made it fun, Smiley. Station's cool. Nice and clean. Probably a silver. Yeah, not bad. So that's cool. Like, even on most of these, I could probably silver the first time, maybe even gold, and then for the silvers, just 100% it on the second try. That wasn't even that, you know, challenging, but that was a beautiful route. I'm glad we got to drive the whole thing. Let's see if we can do one in Germany now. Go see some of the German trains, including that one. Or, well, now this one. To the trains. Choose a route. King in the castle. Ooh, a freight service. That's not that long of a route, though. Perform a speed test with Ice 1 and complete a run of the line. This is going to take 1 hour of just straight on driving? Wow. An afternoon rundown from Fulda changes for the worst when bad weather causes a fault in the train. Ooh. Well, this allows us to go on the full line, so let's do it. I like these scenarios to get you into stuff really quick. Coffee and Wendy's, I wish. Morning. Today we'll be performing a speed test on the new Ice 1 route. The route consists of a direct run from Castle Wilhelmshaven to Orsburg. Set LZB switch to off. Insert reverser handle. Headlights to bright. Instruments to on. Now that the train has been set up, you can get the train moving and begin the speed test. For the purpose of the speed test, you've been given permission to exceed the speed limit up to 300 kilometers per hour. Damn, we're going to go 300 kilometers an hour? Wow, the last one was just 200. That train brake to running. It's going to be up, but I just wanted to see. Apply power and get moving. Wow. Reach 100 kilometers per hour. Holy crap. Wow. Can't believe we get to go 300. Normally runs at 280. Interesting. Alright, well this is the fastest we're going to be able to go then if they give us special permission to 300. Let's go. What's up, Squirlock Holmes? How you doing, man? All right, in 2 kilometers we can go 400. How well's the FPS holding up? Pretty good. There seems to be some hang up every once in a while. I'm not sure if it's my settings or what. Not a big deal. I've always noticed it in these types of games, but I wonder if there's a way I could improve that. Alright, well, we're able to go full throttle. We're about to reach 180. And there it goes. Reach 300 kilometers per hour. Wow. We're going to try to hit our top speed. Try to reach it before we get to Fulda. Bum, bum. Well, this is also a pre-release version where I've noticed some other issues in the game too that I'm not sure if they'll be there for release. Since this doesn't come out until the 6th of September, some things could be improved upon or fixed up or whatnot before that release. So we'll see. Bum, 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 bum. Now we're trying to hit 300. You think we'll need a tailwind for that? Maybe. Pretty cool that we get to do a speed test, though. Actually reach the highest speeds in the game. At least for the trains that are available. For now. Ooh, pretty. Bum, 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 bum. Ice 3 can do 330. Wow. Man, look at these tunnels. It's like driving in the highways of Japan. Not a lot of time that we spend outside. Right back into the tunnels. Bum, bum, bum. There's 50 tunnels on this route? Wow. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we're going fast now. Yeah, now oh, darn it. For a second there we had a 0.6 downhill grade, but now it's uphill. Oh, we're so close. Light at the end of the tunnel. Fantastic. Let's go. All right, hopefully this is nice and flat for us. 1.3 though, not very confident. And we need a turbo booster. We're almost back down to 250. We need 50 more. Let's go. Almost there. What Void Train level is this? Yeah, me and Bradford got the Void Train upgraded to level Infinity. Oh boy. Look at the distance between these two tunnels. We can already see the next one before we come out of this one. Not much further to go now. I'm excited. I want to see us hit that 300. No matter when we hit it, we still have to go to the end of the line, of course. Nice. 281. We're close. Ah, this is it. This is where we're going to hit it. 289, 290. Yep, this is it. 292. 295. Come on. Oh, it's right back up again. Oh, come on. It was guaranteed. We're just trying to hit 300. We're very close. Now we need to get something a little closer to half a percent. Oh, there we go. And wow, beautiful windmill. We've done it. All right, so now we just got 118 kilometers to go. This is a long route, man, even at 300 kilometers. Most of which seems to be tunnels so far. Yeah, there is no limit apparently. This is the Autobahn. Oh, we're almost at 330. Oh, there it goes. 331. Wow. Need to beat the horn at tunning. Yeah, imagine a level crossing at 330 kilometers. That gate would have to come down like instantaneously. Cut a car in half. Hey there, unknown. How you doing? Yeah, tunnel after tunnel, yeah. Yeah, we hit the top speed of, I think it was 331 or 2. New record. Yo, Nova, thanks for the 8 months as a hatchling. You like the graphics of this one? This is a very beautiful spot to be, too. Beautiful forests and roads. We still got to go 100. We still got to go 100 kilometers, man. This is an insanely long route. This is so cool. A long way to go. I don't think this train has a horn, no. I've tried to hit the horn button, but it worked in the British and the American train, but the same button does not work for this train. Horns are inefficient. They take up weight and space. The Germans have eradicated it. There's no need for horns if there's only need for safety. Hey man, a horn is just a symptom of inefficiency. Man, this is cool. Oh, what the? Yeah, there was some some grass clipping through the tunnel there. Oops. Unplayable. Oh well. Again, a few days to go until the game's fully released, so they could already be aware of that and be patched out in their day one or pre-day one patch. These German trains just drive themselves. Turn the wipers on, yeah. We're approaching. Oh, slow down as you pass the station. Wait, what? We're almost to Fulda. They want me to pass the station? Oh, reduce speed. Aww. Okay. Mr. Patter's fan 78, thanks for the 17 months as a Raptor egg. Thanks for the support. Wow. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna have to do a lot of braking. I didn't realize it was gonna be like a full stop. New member, welcome. Good work. Keep on going towards Bergson. Okay. Yeah, we're allowed to pass that station, then we got to go to a new destination. Yep, Flight Simulator videos are on the channel. Indeed, we've played it. Oh, now we can speed up. "30 kilometers. Nice. Nobody got knocked off the platform. We're fine. I guess we could accelerate again? Okay. I have a feeling it's going to pull back on the speed. Okay. Chat, thank you very much for 400 likes. Appreciate all the support. Going fast now. Check that out. Dude, we got to 330. That's amazing. Bum, 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 bum. Fast trains are awesome, yeah. Could I see me doing this job in real life? I would certainly like the knowledge and know-how to do it once, and then, you know, have somebody, like, supervise me while I do it. Oh, wow, I can't believe we're actually going full throttle here. Need to break the sound barrier? Wait, I don't like that word, barrier. Sounds like it keeps the bears out. Man, this train is super smooth. Looking forward to a Bearcraft carrier. Wow. Am I going to play any construction games? Yeah, maybe this weekend we'll play Construction Simulator from 2015, but I will be getting early access to the new Construction Simulator. Might give additional keys away if I get any more for you guys who are subscribers. And so we'll probably play it early, get some keys to give away early, and we'll try to get as many people from our group in as possible. We'll have to see how many keys we get and who will be available the most until it's released. This is a Japanese or European train that Raptor's currently driving. This is a German train. Yeah, known as the ICE, the Intercity Express. And there's a couple of different... I think there's 2 different trains in this one that you can drive. I think it's the ICE and the ICE 3. I don't know if the 2 is in here or if there's other... Well, there's a few different German trains, too, that will go on other lines. That are freight trains. Alright, so we still have about 15 kilometers to go. Wow, look at that. Beautiful little mountain there over to the side. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Breathtaking. Ice 3, Mr. Freeze, yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, thanks, KS Gaming, for being here, dude. Appreciate your support, my man. I think after this, we'll have to go back to, I was going to think about doing another American freight one, but I wonder what would be more interesting, a British freight or German freight or American? I think German or British might be more interesting to see one of those. See what the scenarios are. See how interesting they make them. I love the scenarios the most. I think those are cool. Alright, we got about 7 kilometers to go, so... Not reverse. Dimmer things down a little bit. Yeah, all the trains have different abilities to brake, yeah. They're all designed a little bit different. Use dynamic or independent, or either they're connected to or separated from the throttle. Pretty cool. What happens if a train came off the rail? Well, on this one, it certainly didn't at 330 kilometers. Seems almost impossible. Well, obviously, if you hit something, that'll be a different case, but... Kind of looks like we're trying... Oh, yeah, when we go through the tunnels, it's like we're flying through space, yeah. Okay, so we're supposed to go to via location, and since we're going to be stopping up here soon, we're going to go through this area. We don't have to stop here. But I just want to slow down just to know where the stop is. It's probably far. We didn't have to slow down more than likely, but good to err on the side of caution here. Yeah, this is one of Jerry's like level 69 hype trains. Yep. Oh, another 17 kilometers. Now that we're getting close to Bergson, begin to slow down to 100. Oh, I already did. Oh. Looks like we made the right choice there. So they want us around 100 kilometers. So that was a good choice. Ugh. Time is it in the game? 9:30. Yeah, that looks about 9:30 in the morning. Bum, bum, bum. I guess we'll keep it around a hundo. 14 to go. The Nug train is rolling through, yeah. Yeah, the Nug Express. Okay, we'll probably keep it at... No, it's downgrade. Let's keep it around 10. We'll monitor. So we really didn't even have to slow down until it told us to go to location. So they gave us ample space to slow down from around what we probably would have been around 300 to down to 100. We probably could have used brake 2 in order to get there with about 8 kilometers to spare. Bum, 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 bum. Truck World Australia. Wow. Wow. Silver Freaks, thanks for the 13 months as a Raptor egg. Man, so many new memberships today. Thank you guys for claiming your gifted memberships that other people are trying to give you, or becoming a member yourself. Raptor Ultimate, Raptor Plus, Little Raptor Hatchling, Raptor Egg, the Sigma tier. Thank you very much for the support. Oh, we're speeding up now mostly due to the decline in the track. Alright, let's pull back on that throttle. Bring it back down to 100. Squirlock Holmes is now a Little Raptor as well. Thank you very much for the support. Wow. Chat's going nuts. What's the difference in this iteration? Well, there's new train lines, new trains. Classic features. Feels the same in many ways, but there's also dynamic weather now and much more emphasis on training and things to learn and do, with more improvements to, or rather diversity to, scenarios and timetables, and a lot more to do on the same tracks, it seems. And like different trains but same routes, which is good. You can learn the route but then do it with many different trains, either freight or passenger. Cool story, bro. You remember being subbed to me sometime long ago? Well, thank you for subbing. Back up to 120 again. We use 1B. All right, 5 kilometers to go. Any music? Oh, there's probably menu music in the game, but after you start the game, I don't think there's any music at all. But you can always just open up your own music or whatever. If you want to listen to it some as you drive and work and... Alright, so we're coming to a stop at the next location here. Nice. Nice. That was weird. There was like a little wheel slippage there. That shouldn't have happened. Need high beams in the tunnels? Yeah. I mean, there's some small lights on these trains, but oftentimes you can't really see very far in those tunnels. Alright, time to really slow down now. Wow, that looks cool. Is this still the 300 K? Yeah, yeah, that's the 300 run. We hit 332. Now we're just pulling over here to come to a stop. Just hit 2 and then coast. Yeah, we better stop faster than that. That's better. Perfect. LZB switch to on. Stop at Wurzburg. Bahnhof. Well, now we gotta go 41 kilometers. It's not over. Extendo. Wait. Alright, we gotta reset from 0. Looks like we can do 100. Be able to reach that. Oh, there are stations. We're just running a test right now, so we were just testing some of the systems, so we stopped just for a moment to disengage one of the systems, and we're going to continue on to Orsburg. Oops. Not that fast yet, though. Gamer Chris Pratt. I'm more handsome than Chris Pratt. Come on. Wow. All right, so now another 40 kilometers. This route is crazy long. There we go. It's a 200-kilometer route. Yeah, it's I think that's probably one of the longest in the game. Of all Train Sim World routes, I think this one's the longest I've ever seen. I think. Do they have any of the Amtrak routes? I don't think so. Not currently. In the previous games, they do. All right, 33 kilometers to go. 3-3. California to Chicago. Oh, that'd be amazing if they had some across the U.S. like that, like super long hauls. Yeah. I feel like they want to keep to ones that are like completable in maybe an hour. But I think they should do some longer ones, and if you want to, you can get those. No, there's no brakes active at the moment. Yeah, it's set to running. The acceleration of this train after it gets up to 200 kilometers an hour is a little slow, but we are at a 1.2 grade. Yoshi's pulling. $28 kilometers to go. Solar panels, nice. All right, we got about 24 kilometers to go. What's up, Discord? How you doing? Chilling. 21 kilometers to go. Wow. Solar panels almost look like lakes. F.A.Q. More tunnels. And another one up ahead, too. Where are we going? We're going crazy, I think. Boom, boom, boom. Any bears on the track? Hell no, they can't run this fast. That's why I'm doing 300. Again. We're gonna hit 300. Again. Light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh, we actually got to slow it on down now. Wow. Cool. Big O City. Little town, I guess. Not bad. 4.3 kilometers to go. Yeah, more breakage. Actually, we're gonna have to go a lot full service break. Levi, thanks for the 5.
For some coffee the next time you play Gas Sim.
Oh yeah, gas station simulator. Soon. Coming in hot, boys. I should have just kept going slow. It's all good, though. Basically stop, open the doors or whatever, and then get out. I wanted to roll to the end. Alright, where to next? Let's see. Rail Journeys. Okay, so the only one we haven't done is this one here, the Spirit of Steam Liverpool Crew. That's already available in Train Sim World 2 as a DLC. But I think we'll just take a look at it just for a brief moment just to see what it looks like. Or wait. Maybe these are new scenarios? These all could be new scenarios. I'm not sure. I can't remember the old ones. Let's take a look. I also wonder if there's a way to save a scenario too. Like, for example, the one we just did. If you were 30 minutes into it and needed to go do something, it'd be nice to be able to save, and then when you pick up, it kind of just like... I mean, that's the perfect one where you're just, if you're you're just cruising along. You don't really need to worry about it too much. Let's try here. Let's just see if this is much different. Also, look at the snow on the tracks, too. We'll have to see if that actually affects it at all. Maybe we can go back to the Germany map just to see if there's any scenarios where there's snow effects at some point.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive an LMS Stania Class 8F steam locomotive in BR Black livery.
Pretty. Yeah, so this is all pretty much the same. This is a steam locomotive. This was available in Train Sim World 2, but it's brought back for 3. Might look a little nicer, but I'm not sure.
Stand on the platform and wait for this train to arrive.
This should be a freight train.
Today, you'll be taking over this freight service bound for Ditman. This class of locomotive was built between 1935 and 1946 and was designed as a freight version of the highly successful Black 5 locomotive. Climb up onto the footplate to begin.
Basically, we're going to take it across that bridge, and then it kind of swings back to the left there towards the west side. So, pretty cool. See a steam train in this game as well. But we have seen this before. If you're interested in seeing that, there is a full video and a couple live streams on the channel for that one. I want to go back to the main menu and check out and see if there's any scenarios for the Germans. Can you name the river in the distance? Between at Runcorn? No, I'm not sure. But that is the Spirit of Steam Liverpool to Crewe steam route. That one is all solely in the 50s. So there's a lot of different signals and stuff too. A lot of complex stuff to learn for that one. All right, I want to check and see if there's a scenario for the German one. They show like this ice train plowing through, so let's see. Worst winter. Poor weather has slowed down lines, causing adverse signaling and traffic. Okay. It's the River Mersey. Okay. I think we can even load that, like that one scenario that we did, the icebreaker, where we just drove for 300 kilometers, the fastest train route. I think that one, I think you could, or any of the scenarios, I think you can save and like reload them at any time. I'd like to do a video on that one too. That one's like fairly easy and simple. And just kind of fun to be able to see so much landscape pass by. We'll do a separate video on that sometime soon. Wanted to see what winter looked like. Yeah, hell, they got a Pringles ad for real? Oh my god. don't even have to read German to know what. Gamer fuel, brah. Bro, they got Pringles. They got a Pringles added. Ooh. Nice, kicking up some of the snow as it goes by. None of the snow accumulates, but I wanted to see how the weather effects looked. And of course, now that you can make your own timetables, I just want to see how it's like to make our own scenarios too. Like, if we wanted to make our own, like, what if we wanted to make this scenario, right? It looks like it'd be during or just after a blizzard. So let's do, pick a train, timetable. We'll do the Ice 3. Ooh, personal. Oh, I think these are liveries. So you can either, you can make your own, or you can download other people's through maybe the workshop, or at least an in-game thing, or the official DB. And we can do whatever we want. Oh, there you go. Dynamic weather settings. Customer dynamic, yeah. And I would assume, yeah, okay. If we make it winter, it'll change the temperature and thus higher chance of... Yeah, so, oh, a snowstorm. Oh, interesting. Let's see how this would look. Let's do something closer to noon. Let's see if we get this. In short, it says that Pringles are the optimized snack for gamers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gamer fuel, bruh. Yeah, nothing like carbohydrates squeezed into the shape of a chip to really fuel you. Ride the train. Oh, it tells you starting and ending point. Oh, that's cool. It gives you details right at the start. Your weight, number of cars, length, and where you're starting and going. Hi, buddy. I'm leaving. Wow, really, ma'am? That's one thing this game needs to... Why is everybody wearing hats weirdly? That hat does not go with that outfit. Game needs to be pulled over for fashion violations. Another thing is, too, I want to see more people not wearing t-shirts. Oh, there we go. See, everybody should be dressed like this guy. Well, a hat again? No. No! God, no. Okay, why is everybody wearing a hat like that? Is that a German thing? No, there can't be. Everybody should be in jackets or like sweaters or... Hey, what's going on here? Is this like a private party? Oh, the quiet zone. Well, look at all the ice on the windshield already. Or the... Oh, wow. Oh, damn. The train is heated, jackets are stored. Well, I would just imagine that they would have just gotten on the train. The only thing that bothers me in these types of games is when you go to the platforms and it's like mid-January and everybody's just walking around in like a t-shirt. It's kind of weird. Now let's see if we can find somebody. Hey, who the hell let you guys escape? Umbrellas in the winter? No. You want to give up control? Sure. That means someone else will drive. Bye. So yeah, if it were raining, these would be appropriate outfits. A little colder out, they'd have umbrellas. It's a very small thing. It just, you know, just simulates that. But I just want to see wow, look at that. That actually looks good. I just want to see people wear custom outfits for the winter. Not this. Like, oh, snowstorm. Better wear my dress and bring an umbrella. Because that's what you do to not die of hypothermia right there on the platform. Like, open-toed shoes, I think? No? Okay, I'm just saying that's not appropriate winter wear. That's all. It just adds to the immersion. I'm just saying. Ooh. Can't really tell what the snacks are. Disappointing. Oh man, that looks great though. Kind of the dusty fog. Yeah, that looks really good. And the fact that it's dynamic is good. That kind of like snow particles and stuff blowing in is really good. I like that. Just kind of trying to see what the snow effects are like and how the dynamic weather might appear. And then of course this could change at any moment. Could warm up and become more rain than snow. Oh, it looks like there's even passenger trains here, regional. Oh, what are these? Can we just get on other trains? Oh, these are like tutorials. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of open worldy. You can just spawn in, and then once you're... Oh, that's actually really cool. If you arrive at a station... You don't have to just exit back to the main menu. You can just basically, like, click on the route information or something like that. Scott, thanks for the 2, dude. Appreciate the support. Hope you're feeling fine. Welcome to the Big O stream. Very nice. Oh, is there actually a way to... Oh. We would be able to exit there, but, yeah. It's a train simulator, not a city simulator. Cool. But I do like this transition between the snow and the... where the platform's a little warmer. That's nice detail, man. Good stuff. And where are the screaming kids? Certainly not in the quiet zone. So I think we got to cover more of Train Sim World 3. One thing I want to do then is take a look at the mission that we did before. The Icebreaker one would be a great one to do a little video on too, to show people high-speed trains. A lot of people interested in freight trains. A lot of people interested in like passenger trains, but also like high-speed passenger trains as well. So the British one that we took a look at, the Southeastern high-speed, was pretty cool, actually. I'd say that was a little more interesting than the German one. The German one was about going a much longer distance, so thus it was more flat and went through tons of mountains and stuff. But the Southeastern was like, there were quite a few tunnels there too, and quite interesting, so... Oh yeah, so if we complete one, we get a green check mark, but silver means that we want to come back for the gold. So gold is 6,600. But hey, that's why you want to practice and do them a few times. I like that. Much more challenging this time. I feel like that's up to par with its challenge level. Bunch of scenarios here too as well. So about 6 there. Like 6 here maybe. Probably more for the British one. Yeah, there were quite a few for the British one since there was passenger and cargo. So they seem to have a lot for sure. I like it. Let's see. So, we got to do a giveaway as well on the Discord today, too. So, all of you who are watching here, we're going to have ourselves a giveaway after our next video releases, which should be right about now. So, we're going to take our first look at some more stuff in Train Sim World 3, and so I hope you all join me for that, as we'll go live to that video now. So, if you like Train Sim World, we're going to cover more of it right now here on the channel, so you can all be amongst some of the first to see the premiere of Train Sim World 3 stuff. I'll have more videos for you all between now and, of course, the release date, which is September 6th, 2022. So if you like yourself some Train Sim World, you're definitely going to have to check it out. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Can you do runaway trains? I guess you could. I think what will happen then is once your train passes a signal or collides with something, it'll just shut the game down, which is okay, I guess. That's realistic, I suppose. Be the end for you. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the video going live right now. Thank you very much for watching. We'll take our first look. Ask all your questions that you can and would like to on that video. And I'll see you all for a little stream later today. Bye, everybody. Take care. We'll see you all soon. Soon. More Train Sim World to be had.